What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Gianni TV. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And welcome to another episode of Boring International Diaries. And this is where we just reflect on the Premier League. And today we will make a top 10 of new faces in the Premier League that have made an impact at their clubs and have stood out. So these are players that haven't been in the league before. These are players that have just joined the league. So these are transfers like I won't include players like Granit Xhaka because he's been in the league. Transfers within the Premier League, like Madueke to Arsenal, he's had a decent impact, so he won't be in this list. It will just be players that has joined the league, new faces in the league, that yeah, that has stood out in these first 7 game weeks. And it was tough, to be honest, to make this list. I ended up having, I think, 15 players, 15, 16 players that I that I definitely seen a decent impact from. And yeah, but first, let me start with the honorable mentions. So the honorable mentions is Estevao from Chelsea. He's finally stepped up and showed his potential that people have been talking about. Scoring a winner against Liverpool, played well when he came on. I think he made a big difference when he came on. And then we will go with Victor Gyökeres. Started off well. I know he's dropped off a bit, but I still feel like he's had a big impact on the way Arsenal attack and yeah, creating a lot of space for others and scoring 3 goals too. Next we'll have Omar Alterete. Um, Sunderland centre back has been phenomenal. I watched him against Forest and he was just winning every single header, scored the winner, and he's a good pick for FPL too. Also, Guy, a winger, Brazilian winger, signed from Shakhtar Donetsk. Fulham's Kevin, he looks very bright. Also, he looks like someone that you can watch out for. Very old school type of winger. And then also Anton Stack from Leeds, signed from Hoffenheim. Very good, tenacious midfielder. Scored a nice free kick against Wolves. So and players that have made an impact. The top 10 players, in my opinion. I know people have a different opinion, but these are the players that I've seen that stood out for their clubs, and I've tried to look at all the clubs and all the players that have made a good impact. So number 10, starting Tijani Reinders, a good pick for FPL too. Had a good impact for City. I didn't think he would have an impact as quick as he has. Shows a lot of energy around the pitch. A couple of assists scored too. So yeah, I'll go with Reinders. Came from AC Milan. And yeah, moving on to number 9, John Arias. Um, uh, Playing for Wolves at the moment, and he looks like a very nice buy from Wolves. He played well in the Club World Cup for Fluminense, Brazilian side, and he looks very tricky. He looks like a very agile number 10, which I think will be very important for Wolves as their team look like they will be fighting a relegation battle, and he can be that magical player that can just pick moments and help them get a point here and there, get them 3 points maybe. Played well against Spurs. I think they should have gotten a win there, but I feel like yeah, Spurs quality showed towards the end. But John Arias, he was very good in that game. And number 8, we have Christian Busquera from playing for Arsenal now, signed from Valencia. This is one player, because I'm an Arsenal fan. This is one player that I didn't think would play as many games as he's played already, and the impact he's made in all those games are very good. I think the only game we looked a bit shaky was Newcastle away, but honestly, I would trust him starting in important games. Played at Anfield his first game, played Forest, played Bilbao. Arteta definitely trusts him. He has good qualities on the ball. He's quick, and yeah, very clever defender too. And yeah, number 7 is Sunderland's goalkeeper, Robin Roos, signed from Dutch team NEC. What a goalkeeper he's been. I think he's probably been. David Raya has been the best keeper, but I think he's probably been maybe the second best keeper in the league. The saves he makes for Sunderland, honestly, he makes a big difference in that team. because it's the differences between a point and a loss, and that can take Sunderland all the way to fighting relegation, basically, because they one of the promoted teams that people have tipped to go back down, but I think they're gonna stay up personally because they look like they've got something about them this season, and to have a good goalkeeper like that, yeah, impressive. Also played well against Nottingham Forest, made tons of saves. I think he also won the man of the match. He surely should have because he made so many saves in that game and helped Sunderland win 1-0. And number six is Bournemouth's Adrian Trafford. The left back looks very good. Bournemouth has sold a lot of the players like Kirkes, Hausen, Zabani, so that to change up that defense a lot. And he's one of the players that's come in on the left hand side from Ren. He's looked lively on that side. It looks like they don't miss Kirkes at all. Um, and yeah, what a good buy he was. Puts in some good crosses, overlaps well. He plays very similar to Kirkes, but yeah, I think he's played really well since I've watched Bournemouth a few times. Yeah, and number five, going to our top five, I would go with Nick Baltimore from Newcastle, signed from Stuttgart. The reason why I put him at number five, I feel like his impact after the whole Isak thing has been really good. His attitude, he was definitely not the first, not the second, not the third choice for Newcastle because no one really wanted to go. And this guy just came out of nowhere. Nick Baltimore was going to join Bayern Munich, but then Newcastle went with a better bid. And people were but critical, saying that Newcastle didn't want this guy. So this is like people saying like it's a forced buy. And he silenced the critics by scoring 3 goals in 4 games, and he's done quite well up top. His link up play is probably one of the best in the league. He just needs to get up to speed physically, I think. I mean, he's a tall guy, so yeah, but I mean, scoring a few headers, and yeah, it looks very neat on the ball, which is good. Going in at number four is Liverpool's Hugo Ekitike. Liverpool have signed so many players this season, like Florian Wirtz, some players in the Premier League, like Kirkes, and they signed Frimpong. But I think the best signing out of all of them in the first 7 games is Hugo Ekitike. He looks bright. He looks even better than Isak. Honestly, I feel like um, it's his place to lose. Even though Isak is the marquee signing, I feel like it's Ekatike's place to lose. So I feel like they look better with Ekatike up front. I think obviously Isak is not up to speed yet. He didn't have a preseason with Newcastle with everything that went on. So yeah, I feel like Ekatike is very good, and for fantasy, he got me a good few points for fantasy. Number three is Man City's goalkeeper, signed from PSG, Gigi Donnarumma. He's made a big difference to that defense because when City started, they won 4-0 against Wolves, but then against Spurs they lost, and then they lost against Brighton again, and you could clearly see the defense needed some more stability, and having a presence like that at the back makes every defender's life easier, as he's very commanding. He comes for crosses, good shot stopper. Just won the Champions League with PSG, so he has experience. So they've looked a bit better defensively, I think, with him in there. Not the best with his feet, but keeper's there to save with his hands. So yeah, he's one of the best in the world. And yeah, I think he's made a big impact on City's defense. So yeah, I feel like they definitely in the title race is having that goalkeeper, because I feel like that game against Spurs and Brighton, James Trafford is a bit. He's a good goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper. But for City to be challenging at the top, I don't know if he's the guy yet. But yeah, Donnarumma, big impact signing. And number two, we'll go with Malik Chow, signed from AC Milan, centre back at Newcastle. He's been really good too for them, filling in for Fabian Shaw since he got concussed against Barcelona. He's just looked, yeah, he's just looked like a Rolls Royce at the back. And I haven't watched much of him when he played for AC Milan, but he looks like a really good buy for Newcastle. Quite young, good on the ball, aggressive in the tackle, reads the game well, good football IQ. I've been really impressed with him. I didn't think he would start. I thought he would be like a just like a backup defender, but I think he's probably one of the first names on the team sheet now. for Newcastle, and Newcastle fans would vouch for that, as he's been putting in some impressive performances. So yeah, Malik Chow goes to number two, and number one we have our very own Martin Zubimendi, who has made a big impact at Arsenal. The reason why I put this as number one, as people were questioning him, whether he would be a impact signing, because we sold Thomas Partey and people were thinking, oh, Zubimendi gonna match the Premier League physically. He's good on the ball. People know he's good on the ball, but physically, will he be the same presence as Partey? And he was a player that needed to hit the ground running, because he was definitely signed to start in that team and to change the way we build up. And he's been impressive, even scoring 2 goals against Forest. No one, we didn't sign him for his goal scoring capabilities. It's more of defensive contributions, build up play. But he's popped up with a few goals and he's had a lot of chances to score more too. So it just shows he's got a good football IQ, and he's got good technique also. I like his technique, and I like the way he plays it forward for Arsenal too. Signing from Sociedad, people were saying that um, the Sociedad wasn't a good team last season really, and why is Arsenal signing him? And yeah, but you could see there were so many clubs going for him, because I think he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. Playing for Spain, he's starting ahead of Rodri, and you can just see with that Spanish midfield, it's just he's a dictator in there. Runs a lot, shows a lot of energy, and yeah. So yeah, that's my top 10 new faces in the league. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment and put your top 10 in the comment, or let me know if I've missed out someone from your club, or yeah. But I feel like that's my top 10, and I feel like it's quite fair. Um, Maybe I've missed out one or two names. Maybe I've been harsh to a couple of players in the honorable mentions. It was quite tough, to be honest, but for me personally, that's my list. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are out.